Steve, I have a thirst, and it can only be quenched by more fall offshoot former member bands and projects. So please tell me we have something special today to put on the turntable.
We have a 45 from 1987. It is Thirst, Riding the Times.
Out on Rough Trade Records.
Produced by Rough Trade Records. Members of this band include Karl Burns on the drums, Carrie Lawson on guitar, Lee Pickering on bass, and the one and only Martin Bramah on vocals and guitar. Produced by the man, the myth, the legend, John Letke.
He's back.
He's back in the studio.
Now this is fun because this is another bonus little gem that we found just from going on our journey and going on our side journeys, looking for all of these offshoot side projects. And I know we've intentionally not gotten to some that we're past here in 1987, but we're at the 1987 point, and this is where we get a little treat like this that we stumble upon. That I was not familiar with this Thirst project at all, and apparently there's 6 different Thirst bands that exist, and I'm not familiar honestly with any Thirst band besides now this one, which I've actually really love and appreciate, and anything that's a Martin Bramah project, and then in this case a Karl Burns project as well. So we get 2 fall former members working together again, and to some really interesting results. So I don't know, did you know about this, Steve? And also, isn't this a fun little kind of find?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a fun find, mostly because of it's not really anywhere at all. YouTube is where you can find it, when it appears to be posted by Lee Pickering himself. So
Right.
he's got the original. See if he's going to put some into production for us all to enjoy a little bit more.
Yes, thank you, Lee. And yeah, and so like you said, Steve, we got 4 songs, all of them written by Martin Bramah and company in different forms of the band, and also Karl Burns on multiple tracks as well. But they're all playing together, and this band does not sound like anything that we've experienced before in the Martin Bramah songwriting world. And it is a 1987 EP, and it does have a 1987 sound. It really does have this a sound of the time, but also because the songwriting is so good, as we have come to expect, at least a couple of these individuals. This is really a nice, solid bunch of songs.
Let's listen to this first song, Let Go.
If you wanna grow, let go. songs across the region and beyond.
All right. How's that first track from the Riding the Times EP by Thirst hitting you, Steve?
I mean, it is just a party jam session. They are shredding, they are yelling, they are having a good time. That little spooky chorus thing they had there in the middle.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. They're really hitting it off with a blast of pop, sugary, almost party dance mix. This is a track that's leading off and saying, maybe this is ready for the radio right away. Maybe the whole album is ready for the radio. But really, you don't really get many more of these on this album, right? On this EP. That one is kind of an outlier. And when I stack it up against just relatively comparison to the rest of these tracks, that one is, it hits, it's immediate, it's accessible. But there's not too much depth to it.
No, I mean,
Deepness.
that's the one you put on as you're peeling out of the liquor store parking lot to get to the party,
Yeah, that is.
Let's go.
That's cracking open the pints, a couple pints. And but I gotta say, this is really hits hard. I love the big guitars, the chorus vocals with the band shouting it. It has like a little bit of a fall with that gang vocal shouting in the background. And this is the first time that we hear Karl in a couple years, as far as if we're just got the fall track. And since This Nation's Saving Grace, and then possibly The Cruiser's Creek, which was October 1985. So it's been a couple years since we heard Karl. And I gotta say, I do miss that Karl sledgehammer drumming.
You can really enjoy the lyrics, or not the lyrics, every instrument on that. Like the bass starts to shred. Yeah,
the bass is great. The bass lines in the rest of these tracks as well are really, really melodic, great, cool bass lines and interesting tones as well. But that Karl drumming is great. I just love it too. And the delivery of these vocals, it reminds me of Jonathan Richmond and the Modern Lovers with this. His delivery is almost exactly like it. I just gotta assume that they were fans of that sound, or it just naturally, organically came out as sounding very, very similar to that and rocking in a very similar fashion to the Modern Lovers. But it's all good stuff. And actually, there's not much better than some Modern Lovers type sounds. So, are you ready to get into something really different? Should we get into the title track? Okay, let's get into Riding the Times.
I'm being driven, I don't know where. Just riding the times, learning my lines, make you believe that we deceive. I've been driven, I don't know where. Nothing is better than this. Being led by a force beyond them, drive. I've been driven, I don't know where. Take that ride, take that drive, see where it leads ya. Shooting your road in the gutter. Oh, the one thing that moves you, the one thing that moves you. I'm being driven, I don't know where. The white collar squeeze. Take that ride, take that drive. See where it leads you, brother. The black forest of desire. Nothing is better than this. Just riding the time, learning my line in the land of God, where the devil is God. I've been driven, I don't know where. I'm riding. Now I'm driving.
Oh.
What does riding the times mean to you?
Oh, man. Right. I think just kind of going with the flow. Don't know where it's taking him, but these are the times they're living in. So buckle up.
Yeah, this one really hits better than the first one for me because it has that dark tinge to it. It has that signature Martin Bramah. There's like a darkness to it. I think there's a line in there. It's hard to catch it, but it's like right in the times. There's a place where the devil is God, and then a dark forest of desire. It's like a bad trip, but the most enjoyable bad trip that you would want. It's almost like there's a hard drug like edge to it, but then it's also you want it. It's that desire, it's that searching for it, but it's so rocking too, and it actually rocks like at times a surf rock song, but a dark surf rock song. And Karl Burns has these really flourishing drum rolls, his signature drum roll, but even more of a flourish that it's almost like it's a fill, but it's not a fill because he does it at the most Karl Burns times where it's not like a transition, it's just popping off in the middle. It's really good. It's really great.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like they were all getting after their instruments in the way that they enjoyed the most.
Hmm. It makes me wonder why it didn't go anywhere further than this project because it's all good, right? It's all good.
Yeah.
It's way different than the Blue Orchids. It's way different. It's definitely different than the Fall. It's definitely a different dimension than the Blue Orchids. We're about to get into the album art, but it's really a different sound. And you actually appreciate it more after listening to 1987, what the Fall were doing and trying to do, and even at some points during this period of the 80s trying to get a little bit of that pop produced song structure or even just texture sound. And then you listen to this album and you're like, well, there's a band over here with two former Fall members that are just kind of wrecking it, as far as, in a positive way, as far as making really tight songs that have so many parts to them that are ready for the radio, ready to be bought by anyone, by a mass population, in theory.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not the sound of, I mean, you can pull from it if you know what you're listening for, but it's not like either of the Blue Orchids or the Fall or experience at all. Yeah, it rocks. They shred. It's loud. Yeah.
Even, what do you think about Martin's voice? Because, or I shouldn't say that yeah, it is Martin singing, because on these first two tracks, Martin is known for that deep, almost like a crooning register voice. And this one, it's even John Leckie recorded it so awesome, where his voice is extra, even more deep or even more full than his other projects to this point, because for some reason, and it just is really cool to hear that extra low end and fitting in the mix so well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's loud. It's just loud. I like how loud it is. Like you're just like, okay, I can turn it up and it's gonna blast.
Let's look at, when we're flipping this over, that was only two songs, but we're only on a 45 RPM record here, and a 45 RPM 12-inch record to be noted. But let's take a look at the Writing the Times album artwork, and let's take a look at this. On the front cover, what do we got?
Powder blue backdrop with big Writing the Times down the middle, and then two photos. One cool guys and girl band photo, and then it looks like some sort of World War II motorcycle explosion photo for
It does, yeah.
for some reason.
It does. And maybe that's the times they're writing. They're writing through, the past, the present, and then the future. And yeah, the band is looking cool on this porch. It looks like you see a little, porch,
the gable and the post. Yeah.
I like the color of this. The text is so simple. Times New Roman. I like that it's simple like that. It's really cool. And then the war photo, I don't get. It's almost looking like that house is on fire back there. Because there's smoke,
explosions in the sky. Yeah, I don't.
Explosion. A guy on a military motorcycle, looks like, in front. And yeah, I'm not sure about that because I don't really hear that in any of the songs.
Yeah, there's no real reference to it, but black and white photos.
Black and white photos. I like the composition of this album art. I like the design. Let's flip it over to the back. And let's look at, we get the Thirst insignia, which, how do you like this Thirst insignia? Because it's also on kind of the labels that are on the record.
Yeah, I mean, I could get behind it.
Very angular.
Pyramid or diamond shape.
It almost reminds me of, when that you can get, people get like embroidered towels that have their initials on it.
Yeah, the big one, their last name in the middle or whatever.
Yeah, the three initials and then their last name in the middle, and it looks like that, like an insignia of family insignia.
It reminds me a lot of, being Steve. I drew a lot of those awesome like 3-line pyramid S's that you used to draw when you were really cool, dude.
Yeah, you draw on your notebook the pointy S's.
The pointy S's, yeah.
If you're cool and you know how to do it, you're gonna do that a lot. And if your name is Steve, you're going to do that all over your world of of school books. Yeah, it does look like that. It has kind of, because this back one has a silver tint that it almost has a little bit of a futuristic kind of vibe. It also has it reminds me of the grill that's on the front of a train, like a
Oh
grill
yeah, or yeah, like a
cattle
logo, or yeah, or
cattle pusher.
even yeah, even like a logo on
Yeah.
like a car. What are the hood ornament could be?
Hood or yeah, it definitely looks like it's definitely a logo, which is cool because I don't think no on Blue Orchids on Money Mountain it doesn't have anything like this. So this is kind of cool. And then maybe Rough Trade is designing this. Maybe Martin. We know Martin is into the designing of the album art, so probably had a say in this as well. And then so we got the four individual photos, shots of the band members, and Martin Bramah wearing his sunglasses, looking cool. I like that look for him. We
Looks like
got
he's got like a
Lee.
top knot or something too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I think that's just the light, but it does look like he has a man bun. But I think that's the light because also it looks like his hair is blonde,
Yeah, in the
light.
first photo.
Uh-huh. And then we got who you want to look at next, Steve?
Let's go top right.
Let's go with the beautiful Carrie Lawson.
She's in her sunnies too.
She's looking cool. She's looking like she's having a great time. Then there's Karl Burns, which we get to kind of cut off half of his face, which is very, very apt for Karl Burns' personality, I think, You can't really capture him. He's kind of always moving around. So it's kind of you can't really predict what you're gonna get from him. So that's kind of a great photo of him kind of cut off while everyone else is in the kind of almost center frame. And then Lee Pickering on bass looking cool, kind of off-centered, off kilter, and fun. Do you like the color of this album? This like
Yeah,
blue,
I could
light blue. It's cool.
it attracts my eye for sure.
It does. It looks cool. It looks great. Now, we should say that there is, even though we're going to get into side B right now, there's only two more songs, but there is a great recording of the band Thirst rehearsing, and it's a rehearsal recording on cassette from 1987, 1988, and it's basically three of the band members because apparently, supposedly, Carrie Lawson was in the hospital after a motorcycle accident. What? Or a motorcycle accident while she was with Carl Burns. I think they were both it sounds like both in the motorcycle accident, but for some reason she was in the hospital, and hopefully recovered fine. And Carl Burns was well enough to jam and record, and they sound really cool. And you can find that online on YouTube. It's called Thirst Trio 1987. It's a rehearsal cassette, and I really suggest highlighting this song called Earthling that they do on there. It's my favorite. I wish it was on this album, but it's in the middle of that set. I say go listen to that. Maybe I can put in a little clip from it right here, but
Yeah,
it rocks.
there's a couple of solitary posts on Lee Pickering's site too of just Earthling. So if you're just searching that out, you can do it as well.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, good. Because that one, I love the riffage on that. It sounds so cool and it's great. It's like a pop nugget that you would want in any sort of form. Okay, so let's flip this baby over, and now we're going to side B, and side B starts with
The
Crystal
Kiss.
Kiss.
I have wandered through the dark streets of night. I've watched and wondered at the bright
that slow burn.
Man, this is my side. This is my side of the album. This B side is, yeah, I love it. Sounds like they have 12 string guitars, which I really like. It is sounding like of the era, but in a really great way. It's almost a processional in leading to a castle, leading up to, deliver the king something that is like a bounty, and the bounty is a crystal kiss. Whatever that may be. That might be a physical object. That might be a physical, give a little kiss to that king, put one on him, maybe the queen. But it has that very, very majestical sound that I love it. I love it. I almost wanted, I mean, so side A is rocking, side B is right where the money spot is for me as far as Karl Burns, this band, Thirst, putting these sounds together. I wish that I could have more of this side of the album. And the next track especially is just killer.
It is a journey sort of song, the slow, methodical walk to the crystal. Give it a kiss, maybe you get some magic powers.
It's long too, and this side is longer than the first side. They had 12-inch, but it's 45 RPM. You spin this loud. Speaking of great songs, let's go to what I consider the best song on the album, The Unknown. That song reminds me of so many other bands of the late 80s but it's definitely its own thing. It reminds me of the church, and I don't know, the phaser effect guitar is cool, like it's taking off through the whole song. There's also a nice cool riff that's kind of a circular, playing the chords. His voice sounds epic. His
Yeah, it
voice sounds like
does.
it's
Yeah.
taken up.
I mean, it is recorded incredibly well, but it doesn't really take away from the band because you like we were talking
No.
about. You go to that recording session, or you even play. There's a live show that they have live at the
Yeah.
factory. I mean, both of those,
1987, yeah.
both of those recordings. I mean, the DIY kind of sound fits them great as well. So it's not like you're just like, oh, this is just a good production and recording aspect to it that makes it sound great, because even when they get more broken down and dirty, it's just even more fun.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that, but John Leckie definitely brings his own thing to this, where it's just a big, really well produced sound of the band, capturing of the band. But you're right that the cassette recordings of them in the studio, which had to be just like a single mic or maybe a couple going through a mixer, but it sounds really good. It's balanced. The band knows how to balance themselves, even with Karl Burns being such a heavy drummer, that it's really just a nice band dynamic. Lee Pickering playing that melodic bass line, all the songs way different, but all very well structured and well written from a songwriting perspective. And a lot of these songs have multiple three band members, three, four band member credits as far as the writers. So they're all involved. It's really great. Yeah, that song rocks. That's my favorite one on here. And it's a great way to end the album. Makes me want to flip it over, keep going. I'll listen to that Crystal Kiss again. And if I want to party, I'm putting it on side A, and I'm turning it up loud. It's a 45. You can turn that up extra loud and spin it fast. Low distortion. You get that Leckie sound. Yeah.
Should we drop them your favorite little treat to our adoring fans and play this Thirst Earthling song?
Yeah, let's play the Earthling song as a nice little bonus, because since we're not going to be rating this any pints, we're just gonna actually, I'm giving it 4 songs. I'm giving it 4 out of 4 pints. I'm giving it just drink 4 pints and listen to this record. And as a bonus, because we don't want you to drink those too quickly, throw on this next track, which is Earthling by Thirst.
I love all the detail Lee Pickering has provided us here. We got Lee Pickering on the sulky bass, Karl Burns on the drums and howls, Carrie Lawson on the ace guitar, Martin Bramah on the vibrant vocals and Bramah guitar.
Go to the link in the bio of this episode. You can listen to the song and get the full experience that Lee Pickering has also developed for us, which is a earthscape of images from outer space, and very beautiful, computer generated, watery
Light showing the lights in the different parts of the world
from a satellite view. Very cool. If you need visuals to accompany the song, but honestly, I don't think you do. I think this is pure auditory experience. So for a little bonus treat, we're just gonna go out on this rehearsal cassette recording from June 1988 from Thirst, a great song that Steve and I both love, which is called Earthling. And until next time, we are the fall.
we are the best.